Okay, hello everyone, to who are taking this class from distance. So I have one announcement regarding the midterm exam. So it seems like we have two different dates for you guys to log on to KLMS and take the exams. And I just wanted to briefly talk about the midterm exam and also related to reflection, the discussion board, because some of you have been asking me regarding it. So first of all, regarding the midterm exam, the exam is going to cover basically all we have discussed about from the very beginning to the end until today. So you can go through the all the chapters that we have talked about and hopefully be able to go through them with enough time. But if you do not have enough time to do that, one of my strategies that I talked about in this class, for example, is to start with the PowerPoint slides and go back to the textbooks and make connections. In that way, I think it's going to be more focused. The midterm exam, it's not going to be including something that I have not really discussed about in class. So that's another reason why. Some of the minor details that you find in the textbook might not really appear in the midterm exam. So the types of different questions that you might see is, first of all, fill in the blank, right? So I ask you guys to fill in the blank, giving you a sentence and also having a blank. So you put your answers in there. The second type of question has to do with true or false questions to really measure whether you really understood it or not. And the third one asks you to provide definitions. So provide definitions of a term or theory and provide examples to really make sure that you know what you are talking about. The last type that I wrote down has to do with the application of theory. I might give you a short scenario or an example and then ask you guys to talk about what type of, for example, a theory or a method was used and why. So you have to explain from the example given. For instance, I might give you a classroom description of what's going on here. And I might ask you what kind of method is being used in this particular classroom. Then you might have to answer things like, let's say, community language learning because such and such reasons. So you have to really make an argument about why you think the community language learning was occurring in the scenes. So if the reasons really do not match the descriptions that we had talked about with regarding the methods, it might lose some points. But so making those the application and understanding what's going on and to the example or the scenario given is going to be the last type that you see. So these are some of the typical questions that you might find in your midterm exam, but it's going to pretty much cover what we have so far been talking about. It's not going to be something that is out there that we haven't discussed yet. So that's regarding the midterm exam, and I hope you are able to join and also take the test without much problem. Moving on to the discussion regarding the questions regarding the discussion board was that you might have found that I had said something about discussion board at the very beginning, but I haven't done that yet. Yes, you're right, because the reason was I wanted you guys to get familiar with what's going on in this class, and we have the weekly reflection. So I did not want to bombard you with all these types of assignments, and that's why I was trying to avoid that. But after the midterm exam, we are going to start shortly having the discussion board where you can write short responses and short reflections. And that's regarding that, that's going to be announced through KLMS, and I'll also post a separate announcement regarding it when it's done. So you'll be able to check those out. And also an emails notification will be sent out to individual students. So you'll be able to check through 3 different rounds. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And if you don't, have a wonderful week, everyone. And whichever day you're checking this out, I hope you have a nice day. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys soon.